Hi folks, welcome to the Prepared Homestead. This is Travis. Thank you all for stopping by to watch. It is a lovely day. I'm back home. I had to run to a distant city a few hours away today, but I've just recently gotten back. I just do not like going into the big cities. I mean, and this wasn't like a big city, but still big enough. I've lived out like this for too many years. Just don't like it. Anyways, beautiful weather, kind of warm. I think we're right around 90 or so, but still a really nice, pretty day. And the weekend is upon us. And so for those of you that know what that means Shabbat's almost here. The 29th of this month, which is the last Sunday, is our big monthly meeting. So if you could make it out to that, you probably should, because it's going to be a good one. We're going to do something a little different this time. We are going to go on a wild plant walk. Going to have a couple of herbalists there, and if you've been there before to our meetings, there's a little walking trail around the building, and this goes up in the woods, and there's always some plants and stuff there to kind of look at, and so we're going to go out there and talk about that. Some of us might bring some stuff from our own properties that are, wild stuff that grows around here. We're going to talk about edible and medicinal and stuff like that. There'll be a few other things going on at the meeting this time, so it's a good one. Come out and see us. If you need details, well, shoot me an email. So, as far as news stuff, it's kind of just the same stuff. It's the back and forth. Are we going to go bomb Iran? Well, now the narrative slightly, they're trying to insert something else, and they're saying, well, maybe we won't have to aerial bomb it, maybe we can go in on the ground. Oh, so that's really great. Now we're going to send ground troops in. That'll be wonderful. Who knows? We've got the Director of National Intelligence saying that they're nowhere near to building a nuclear bomb. We've got other people, including the president himself, saying no, he's very, very certain that they've either got one or they're very close to it. According to sources in the news, Iran and the talks, the peace talks or whatever that's going on in Switzerland are not going very good, and Iran says that they are not going to reduce their uranium production, that's a red line. It's not going to happen. They're not walking away from that. So who knows? There's rumors in the news saying that Israel is saying that this is going to be a weekend to remember. But we've been hearing this kind of stuff, and this back and forth, and China and Russia are getting more, weighing in on this, of how this is, well, if you cannot, if you guys go in there and take out the supreme leader of Iran, it's going to be bad news. So anyways, I was thinking, as I was driving today, had some time to bounce some ideas around in the cobwebs. What if what they're doing is very different than what a lot of us suspect? What if it's not war? What if there is no war, or at least nothing of any substantial, right? What if, most of you would agree with the statement that this is all planned, it's all orchestrated, they're all in the same club together, they're all in cahoots together. So if that is true, what if the plan is to make it seem like the whole world is on the brink of this catastrophic, destructive war, right? And they just keep dragging it out, and just keeping everyone on the edge. Every day, every week, every weekend, it's going to happen. We're going to drop. They're going to nuke us. They're going to do that. We're going to do this. Cyber attacks. All this kind of terrorist attacks. Sleeper cells and all this kind of stuff, because not only is the kind of normal, I hate to say mainstream because a lot of it isn't mainstream, but sort of mainstream news, and then you've got all the fringe stuff out there hyping it up all over on both sides, and we're just about ready to make the whole planet uninhabitable, basically. What if the plan is to keep everyone on edge like that for whatever length of time between Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Iran, eventually the United States and China and Taiwan and all of this other stuff, to just keep it on the edge to where everyone is just so worn out. The stress levels, everyone is just in fear. And then all of a sudden, all of these entities, these, Russia and China and the United States and Israel and Iran and North Korea and everyone else, they all come together in this big, peaceful whatever. And yeah, there may be some conflict and some things that happen between now and then more, but it never really gets to this global annihilation kind of thing. It's just, okay, we're all going to come together in peace. Because it is weird that you've got all these countries that are seemingly ready to just kill each other, but yet on the other hand, they're all able to come to the same table at times and talk. For instance, you've got Russia and Ukraine blowing each other up. You've got the United States, the president, and his team has tried to work out some kind of peace deal with Russia and Ukraine, and that kind of isn't working. But yet when it comes to Iran, they're able to talk, and apparently Trump and Putin have had conversations. And so my theory is that, again, they drag this out, get everyone, just the whole world, and yes, there are some wars and stuff, but nothing to the level of like a Hollywood apocalyptic movie. And then all of a sudden they're able to come out with some peace. But to do that, for this peace deal to work, there has to be a lot of global changes. I mean, one of the things that causes wars is money. And if we come out with a complete different money system, okay, so maybe it won't be based on the US dollar. It'll be this, decentralized cryptocurrency that no one really controls, right? Wrong, but that's what they'll make you believe. We won't have to worry about the United States or someone else policing everyone, because we'll have artificial intelligence and drones and all this technology that's already built into your phone to kind of monitor you, right? And so, all the bad players will know who they are, because the AI will figure it out, right? We won't have to worry about disease and famine and starvation, because we'll have all of the, AI developed nanoprobe technology poking into your body that'll end disease. We're going to use that same kind of technology to fix all the plant stuff. I mean, we're spraying and blocking out the sun, and all, so we're gonna create this new food systems, right? And it'll be this utopian science fiction, brave new world where everyone finally comes together in peace. Maybe, I know this sounds really far-fetched. I know this sounds kooky crazy. Some of you are sitting there rolling your eyes and he's gotten crazy today. But maybe there's a little glimmer of truth in it. I mean, I fully believe that at some point, and this is based on scripture, that someone brings the world together for the most part in peace. It'll be a false peace, but it'll be peace. And everything that we see right now, it looks like the technology, the artificial intelligence, the drones, the chips in the brains and all that, it will either be that, or that stuff is paving the way for the next thing that'll be that beast system. And so whether or not everything gets destroyed, whether or not there's some big apocalyptic war, maybe there will, maybe there won't. But I think what we're seeing is this constant push that everything is unstable. I can't remember who it was, but it was a couple of years ago. I can't remember. I want to think it was one of the big CEOs of a bank, but maybe it wasn't. It may have been some World Economic Forum flunky. But they said that we are just in the age of warfare. We're in the age of chaos. That's just what we are. We're just going to have to live with that for a while, right? And that chaos can come in many ways. It can come in actual Hollywood-style nukes, and large portions of humanity die, and places are uninhabitable, and it's chaos, and then one central government rises up and says, we can fix it all. Or it could just be that everyone is in constant fear because of the chaos of maybe that'll happen, and to the point that all of these world leaders that hate each other come together and say, hey, we've worked out this wonderful peace deal. It's going to last for like 7 years or something, and it's going to be great, and we're all going to lay down our arms for a while, and we're all going to hold hands, sit around the campfire, but the only way to make this peace real is so that we have to implement these policies, and we understand it's going to trample on rights. It's going to, offend you. It's going to go against your beliefs. We get that. But isn't it better to give up a little bit of that so that we can have this nice, safe world where we don't have to constantly be in fear of who's going to nuke the other person, and, if your sons are going to have to go off to war, and is the dollar going to collapse, or is the supply chain going to be disrupted? It'll be great. It'll be this wonderful utopia. Maybe what's happening is somewhere in between those two. But I don't think that these events that are taking place are simply just because one person or one group of people just decide that they don't like the other and they're just going to go to war. And I understand you can sit here and you can go back a decade or more and you can map out what has led to Russia invading Ukraine, and you can map out what has led for, Israel of attacking Iran, and I get it. But I think it's way, way bigger than that. And I think we're watching this big scenario of maybe there'll be war, maybe it'll be small, but either way, we're being pushed. Some of us are kicking and shoving, but either way, we're being pushed as a society into this new tomorrow, this brave new world. Because here's the thing. There ain't anyone out there. There's no world leader that I can find. There's no big CEOs. There's nothing that is opposed to that. They may want it and kind of implement it in different ways. But Russia and China and Iran and Israel and the United States and Europe and Turkey and Africa and South America and all those countries. Yes, I know those aren't countries. Every time I say that, I'm not sitting here and listing off every single country in Africa and South America. All of those nations, they all want the digital currency. They all want the AI. They all want the drones and the chips and the monitoring and access to all of your thoughts and dreams and phones and everything. They all want it all. It doesn't matter what side of the aisle or coin they're on. And so I still believe that all of this, whether it's through war or through fear, or a little of both, is pushing us to complete control. It's time to get your houses in order, folks, and prepare yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.